Hello everybody, my name is That Guy and welcome to Tom's Over Gaming, and this is a video all about a top 10 of a very special game that holds quite a space in my heart. Kingdom Hearts 3 just came out a month ago and we've had about a month to fester and think about all the questions that we have and all the things we didn't like. And this is my top 10 list on the top 10 things I didn't like about Kingdom Hearts 3. So without further ado, let's get into the list. Number 10. I get it, she's a fan favorite, everyone loves Xion, but there are a lot of questions that need to be answered about Xion in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, which version of Xion is this Xion? What time period did she come from? Why is she a darkness to begin with? And where is her yellow eyes? Almost every single other member of the 13 Darknesses have Xehanort's eyes except for Xion. Why? That doesn't make sense to me. Does it to you? I don't think so. So that's just one of those things that I question, and that's very high up on my list. We'll be getting into some other stuff too. Number 9. Searching for Aqua in darkness. She's not really Aqua Nord. We were lied to. Nomura said that Aqua would be Norded in Kingdom Hearts 3. This isn't really the case considering the fact that Xehanort never really actually made contact with Aqua in Kingdom Hearts 3. You can argue that Ansem made contact with Aqua in Kingdom Hearts 3, but if anything, it would make more sense that she was taken over by darkness rather than her being Norded. She's also very inconsistent considering the fact that she could take out Mickey and Riku pretty easily, and then when Sora comes along, she has a bit of a challenge against Sora. So that's just an inconsistency with Dark Aqua. Number 8. What happened to Vexen and Demyx? We get to see Vexen at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 working on Naminé so that she can be put into the replica. But what about Demyx? And also, where did Vexen's yellow eyes go? Because if you watch that cutscene, you will notice that Vexen's yellow eyes are gone. Was he purified? Did that happen to Demyx? Where is Demyx? These things actually need to be explained, and I hope they're explained in later DLC, along with some other stuff that I'll mention on this list. Number 7. Riku Replica. What the hell? It doesn't make sense to make the evil Riku Replica part of the 13 Darknesses, considering the fact Kingdom Hearts 1 Riku would have been fine. He was possessed by Ansem, which is a piece of Xehanort. He was already overconfident and pretty evil at the time, and it would have just made more sense. But, you know, whatever. Number 6. Fewer Keyblade options. Really? Why? I mean, I get it. You had to use up more space for Keyblade transformations in the data, but at the same time, you could have at least added that Fenrir that you promised us. I mean, come on, man. Number 5. Sora's attitude is way different than it usually is. And I mean way different. It doesn't really make sense that he's this moody, considering the fact that he's had the odds stacked up against him in previous games, and still had a pretty positive outlook. But in this game, he comes across as very pessimistic. I don't know. What do you think? Number 4. Collecting all the pieces of Sora's heart to put them back together in the Sky World? Ugh, it's very tedious and doesn't really make sense to have it over 100 pieces of Sora. This feels like padding to me. And then fighting the same boss to bring the other 7 Guardians back too? Why? Why not bring us different iterations of the same boss so that we have a challenge to face off against to bring the 7 Guardians back? Again, it just comes off as tedious. Number 3. The Realm of Darkness is very inconsistent throughout the franchise, and it really disappoints me. In Kingdom Hearts 1, we see it as a huge deal, and Mickey is behind the door without his shirt on, and the only hard part about it is closing the door. Although that was retconned in 0.2, a fragmentary passage, it's still very confusing given the fact that in Kingdom Hearts 2, Sora and Riku got to the dark margin with no problem at all. Just comes across as really bad writing. Number 2. Everyone is useless. Sure, everyone complains about Kairi being useless in Kingdom Hearts 3, but let's face the fact, everyone needed help in the Keyblade graveyard at one point or another and couldn't deal with their own stuff. I understand that Sora is the main protagonist and we have to put him in stuff like this, but why not have them winning instead of losing and Sora just coming to help? Why do they all have to struggle? It doesn't really make sense to me. These Keyblade wielders all in their own right are pretty powerful, you know, except for Lee and Kairi because they are new, but Ventus and Aqua have been training with the Keyblade for years, so they shouldn't really have had a problem. And neither should Mickey or Riku. And the number 1 thing that I didn't like about Kingdom Hearts? The ancient Keyblade 4. I get it. Marluxia was part of Union Cross and so was Larxene. But what about Demis and Luxord? What did they have to do with the ancient Keyblade War? We've never seen either of these characters in Union Cross or in Unchained Key. I really hope we get some sort of DLC to explain this, but you know, if we possibly could, we possibly couldn't. I would really like to see what happened with those two in the Keyblade War though. Were they part of the Keyblade War, or did they just have something to do with the foretellers afterward? Just things that don't really make sense to me. And that was the top 10 things I didn't like about Kingdom Hearts. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know I did. Please, if you disagree with me, go down to the comments. Tell me if you enjoyed these things, if you actually understand these things, or just tell me your top 10 things you didn't like about the game. Me personally, I enjoyed the game very much, but at the same time, these things are very inconsistent to me. Don't really make any sense. So this will be the end of the video. Please subscribe, and if you liked the video, put a like on it. If you disliked the video, hell, put a dislike on it. It ain't I ain't your boss. So, signing off. See you guys.